Ready? Hello, and welcome and greetings from Zion Wall Free Will Baptist Church. We welcome you today to our Sunday school lesson for Sunday, June the 7th, 2020. Let us pray. Most holy, all-wise, and eternal God, I come into your presence with an humble heart, praises and thanksgiving on my lips. I come before you on this afternoon in the name of your precious Son, Jesus Christ. Father, before I ask you for anything, first I just want to thank you for yet another opportunity to expound your holy and righteous word. Father, I thank you for those that are under the sound of my voice and that are taking a part in the study of your word. Now, Father, continue to bless all of us. Continue to hold us in the hollow of your mighty hands and keep your loving arms of protection around us. It is in the name of Jesus, your Son, that I ask these blessings. Amen. The subject or topic of our lesson on today for Sunday, June the 7th, 2020 is simply listen up. Listen up. The lesson text comes from Proverbs chapter number 1, verses 1 through 4, verses 7 through 8, verse 10, verses 20 through 22, and verses 32 through 33. The key verse comes from Proverbs chapter number 1, verse number 7, and it reads like this. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. The introduction reads like this. Every culture has its particular sayings, which are collectively known as wisdom literature. This literature deals with instructing individuals on how to deal with the issues of life, especially during times of trouble and turmoil. And it reflects both the mindset and the morals at the time. Israel is no different from the other nations of the world in that it has its share of wisdom literature. But unlike these other nations, Israel's wisdom literature is inspired by God and represents his divine standards. There is some disagreement among scholars as to which books of the Bible are actually considered to be wisdom literature. This category includes the books of Job, which is considered to be a historical book, the book of Psalms, which was authored, many of the Psalms were authored by David, the book of Proverbs, which many of the Proverbs, not all of the Proverbs, was authored by King Solomon, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon. Both of these books were authored primarily by King Solomon as well. And there were other writers in all three of them, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon, or the Song of Solomon. Some may consider Job to be an historical book, just like I just said. Therefore, it cannot be classified as wisdom literature. but each of the others certainly contain material that leads them to be considered as such. All of this month, our lessons will come from the book of Proverbs. And today, we're going to study the introduction of this book along with the value wisdom plays in the life of the one who uses it. The wisdom God gives is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Therefore, we are to seek it with all of our understanding and live by it on a daily basis. Listen up. Again, the subject of our teaching on today for Sunday, June the 6th. Sunday, June the 7th, 2020. As we have read the introduction, I'd like to first touch on number one, proverb. What is a proverb? Number two, wisdom. What is wisdom? And number three, the writers that were mentioned. What is a proverb? I'm glad that you asked. A proverb is a short, pithy, or saying in general use stating a general truth or piece of advice, i.e., an example, practice makes perfect. We know that if you do a thing continuously, or if you practice it enough, you become very good at it. So that's why the saying goes, practice makes perfect. And that's essentially a proverb. Proverbs is a book of the Bible that contains truths or words of wisdom. Secondly, what is and who exhibits wisdom? Again, I'm glad you asked. Wisdom is the ability to think and act using knowledge. Let's stop right there for just a second. Wisdom is the ability to act and to use knowledge. It's one thing to know or have knowledge, but it's all different if you don't use what you know. I know a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge, but they don't have very much wisdom because they don't use what they know. And if you look at the word knowledge, the first four letters are K-N-O-W, know. Experience, understanding, common sense, and insight. These are all characteristics of wisdom. I've heard it said that experience is the best teacher. But even after experiencing the thing, we need to learn from those things that we have gone through. And if it was in a negative sense, then we just don't do that anymore. That's being wise. Understanding. Paul said in one of his writings, out of all that we get, we ought to get understanding. Common sense. That's a big word. A lot of people are very knowledgeable. Some of them are even wise. But some people just don't have no common sense. I talked to my father-in-law, Elder Frank Mason Jr., some years ago, and I spoke of common sense. He said, son, that's not in the Bible. I can't find it. Well, me being me, I got to look. I couldn't find it either. But I did find this in the book of James. attributes such as unbiased judgment, compassion, good ethics, and benevolence. Let's touch on a few of those. Unbiased judgment. That's just like reasonable judgment. You can't say one thing and do another. You can't uphold righteousness while you're in the church, and then when you get outside the church, you're raising all kind of H-E-double-A. Doesn't look like that. Compassion. That's one of the characteristics that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ has. Compassion. We're not very compassionate. Good ethics. Good ethics are taught traits. But even though they're being taught to us, we have to abide therein. We have to let those traits be known, be seen in us. And benevolence. Benevolence, the word benevolent means to be sorrowful, to have a heart of compassion. The person that exhibits these traits are wise people. Wise people. The question has been asked, what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Knowledge is possessing a mental understanding of certain information. Wisdom is the practice or ability to use your knowledge to make good decisions consistently throughout your life. How do you get wisdom? Just being old or being old of age and gray or white-headed, does that make you wise? Proverbs, the 10th chapter and verse number 9 says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I've seen lots of old gray-haired people that weren't very wise. Surely we would think that these people have lived a long time. They've gone through a lot of things. Surely they are wise. But I've seen a lot of old gray-haired people that don't have a whole lot of very good mental capabilities. I can say it like that. It's just not very wise. So that's just not, just because you're old and gray don't mean that you got a lot of wisdom. It should mean that. I know a lot of old and gray people that have a whole lot of wisdom. My mother, when she died, her hair was full of gray hair. She had a lot of wisdom, but she had no education, no formal education. But she had more common sense than some of the smartest people that I know, because she had wisdom. She took the knowledge that she had and she applied it to her life living. She wasn't always that way, but in the end, she became that. But I would say that experience is the best teacher. That phrase in itself is improper. Some of us know better, but we just refuse to do better. Let's go to the lesson. Again, the lesson is simply listen up. Listen up. Verses 1 through 4. Talking about wisdom described. Verse 1, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Verse 3, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity. Verse 4, to give substance to the simple, the young man knowledge and discretion. In the first verse of this text, we find the book of Proverbs is written by King Solomon, who is the son of David. It fits that Solomon is the author of this book, since he is considered to be the wisest man to have ever lived on earth other than Jesus Christ. This is true because God allowed Solomon to choose any gift he desired, and rather than choosing great riches or victories over his enemies, Solomon asked for an understanding heart to judge thy people. Talking about God's people. He could have had anything he wanted, but instead he asked for understanding on how to deal with God's people. That shows me that the man had a humble heart. This request pleased God to the point he declared to Solomon, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. Solomon begins by listing 5 reasons for writing this book, and the first is to know wisdom and instruction. It is Solomon's purpose to help his readers understand the very mind of God on subjects relating to their everyday life. Therefore, he begins with wisdom, which is the ability to put knowledge into use. It does individuals little good to know a thing if they are unable to put it into practice. And because this is true, Solomon desires for his readers to have the necessary tools to not only translate what they know into godly lifestyle, but also to instruct others in the ways of the Lord. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'd rather see a sermon than hear a sermon. Whenever you put out there that you're a Christian, the devil gonna make you prove that. And I want people to see Christ through my life living, not just through my teaching. I can stand here behind this podium and teach till the paint fall off the walls. But if I go out there in the world and live like the devil, my teaching is in vain. Solomon's second purpose for writing this book is to perceive the words of understanding, which is the ability to distinguish between truth and error. It's so important to know what the truth is. But it's more important to know who the truth is. Jesus Christ said in his word, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So you better know Jesus. And when you know Jesus, you know the truth. There's a difference between worldly wisdom and that which God gives by divine revelation. Believers need to know the difference. The Apostle Paul offers clear distinction between those who are in the flesh and those who are in the spirit. In one context, he said, they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. And in another, he that sows to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that sows to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. It is the spiritual individual who desires to know the truth of God in all matters, and Solomon wants to provide us with proper understanding. The third purpose Solomon gives for writing this book is to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment, and equity. Wisdom is the ability to put knowledge into practice. Besides this fact, the Hebrew word for justice means to be right or straight. Solomon desires to produce the fruit of righteousness in the lives of those who read and abide by the precepts of this book. The Hebrew word for judgment carries with it multiple definitions, and one of these is to adjust. or to change one way. You see, whenever you say you're a Christian, like I said before, the enemy will make you prove that. But your life living got to show Christ. It's just not what we say, it's what we do. Solomon is saying that he desires to help his readers after their lives or alter their lives to conform to God's divine standards. See, there comes a transformation whenever you change from the world to a spiritual life. So that means that you don't conform to those things of the world. But if you live in the world, or if you hang with the world, chances are you're going to do what the world does. The Hebrew words for equity means to be straight or even, which implies uprightness, integrity, and thought and action. All four of these principles indicate a life that knows the heart and mind of God and seeks to put that understanding into practice by living according to divine principles. A fourth purpose Solomon gives for writing this book is to give subtly to the simple. The word translated subtly means prudence, which is another way of saying safeguards against being misled. In using the word simple, Solomon is referring to those who are naive, innocent, or childlike. Naive, meaning innocent or childlike. As Satan tempted and deceived Eve to the point she ate of the forbidden fruit, and as he entered the heart of Judas Iscariot, inciting him to betray the Lord Jesus Christ, so does he likewise go about seeking whom he may devour. But those who read and abide by the teachings of this book are equipped to face the onslaught of the wicked one and to resist his tempting power. The final purpose Solomon gives in this context for writing this book is to provide the young man knowledge and discretion. Solomon knows that young people are at an impressionable age in which their life begins to take direction. They can go either towards God or away from Him, and often it depends upon the training they receive at an early age. I learned a long time ago, there are two things that the gospel will do for you. It will draw you closer or nearer to God, or it will push you farther away. I want to be close to Jesus. Solomon desires to place in the minds of young people a knowledge of God's will so that they may conform to that will and will honor Him, which is God, throughout their adult lives. Solomon wishes this for his children, as well as for all who will to both read and to heed to his writings. Verses 7 through 8 and verse number 10, wisdom utilized. Verse 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. 8, my son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Verse 10, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. I encourage every young person that's under the sound of my voice. Just because you see them do it, don't mean that you have to do it. Don't fall to the peer pressure. I was telling somebody just the other day, I think it was my wife, and I was telling my oldest son, Brandon Lee, the same thing. We have to be exceptions. We have to be exceptional, i.e. an example. You get with a crowd of young people, or your let's ride uptown. Let's go get us something to drink. And you say, well, I don't think I want to do it. I'll go ahead. Well, after they go get them something to drink, and they start to party and what have you, somebody might get hurt in a bad car accident. But guess what? Everybody got hurt except you, because you made the choice or the decision not to be alone, and because you knew what they was getting ready to do. There's never been a time in my life, and I've done a lot of wrong in my life, but every time I did it, I knew it was wrong before I did it. You don't always have to tell a person that they are wrong, but you can show them by your life living that you don't have to do wrong just because they do wrong. Amen. Wisdom utilized. Wise individuals possess reverential awe for God, because by doing so they realize their proper standing in His presence. When Isaiah recognized that he was standing before the Almighty, he declared, "Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts." Isaiah's fear of the Lord wasn't because he was frightened of him. Instead, it came from a healthy respect for the power and majesty of God's glory. When you see the word fear in Scripture, it doesn't mean to be afraid. It means to respect. On the other hand, Solomon says, fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right. We're going to have to try to tighten this up right quick. So we're going to read just a few more verses and we're going to have to close it out. And this reflects their callousness towards the things of God. It is one thing to know the truth and fail to apply it, but Solomon teaches that these foolish individuals have no desire to know the truth, much less to put it into practice. Verses 20 through 22 and 32 through 23. 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city, she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. 32 and 33. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me, talking about God, shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet for fear of evil. Wisdom rejected. Just want to hit on just a little. Personification is the act of attributing human characteristics to non-human things. Solomon is giving wisdom human qualities by calling wisdom she. Wisdom possesses a voice as she cries without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She cries in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words. Wisdom's message is to those who refuse to heed instruction and thereby refuse to take advantage of advice. These individuals are referred to as simple ones, who love simplicity, scorners who delight in their scorning, and fools who hate knowledge. The simple are those who are naive, innocent, and childlike. But the condemnation Solomon is making is to those who are in the condition and choose to remain there in their love for simplicity. In my conclusion, the Bible teaches us that believers are always to seek the will of God. Therefore, today's study in Proverbs goes a long way towards helping us to achieve this goal. The wisdom that King Solomon imparts allows us to know the heart and mind of God, which means we have a better understanding of his purpose for our lives. The psalmist declared, I delight to do thy will, O my God. We, like the psalmist, should take great pleasure to apply the wisdom God imparts through Solomon to our lives so that we might fulfill his will. God bless you. Brothers and sisters, while we're at this point in time, we cannot be together. Let's try to phone one another to encourage each other. We can get our Sunday school books, to see one of the trustees, one of the deacons. You can call Brother Kelly